Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, dear brothers and sisters in Islam and in humanity. I just watched a interview with Mark Regev, the Israeli spokesman. And if the subject was not so serious and it didn't involve the murder of so many people, I would employ him as a very good comedian. The nonsense that he came out with is just pathetic. And to be quite honest, I think anyone who believes what he says must either be ill or of very, very low IQ, or a psychopath. So pathetic that he actually played the victim. Now, apparently, South Africa is victimizing Israel. And South Africa is acting like Hamas's lawyer.
Lawyer to the court for South Africa said yesterday, Adila Hassim, one of the lawyers there, when he said that quote, as I just said, "Every day there is mounting irreparable loss of life, property, dignity and humanity for the Palestinian people." There can be no arguing with that, can there?
I think the South African case is very sad because they've basically decided to become Hamas's lawyer.
And guess what? He used the words "in a vacuum." The same words that Israel found extremely offensive when it was said by the Secretary General of the United Nations.
It's as if Israel is acting in a vacuum in Gaza.
Then he came up with another little gem of Israel being the best place on earth for journalism.
Let's be clear, if you talk about the journalists, let's first of all state the obvious fact that Israel is the only country in the region that protects and defends the freedom of the press. We're the only country that has a press that can criticize the government.
Not mentioning not only the targeting of journalists, the targeting of journalists' families. The Dahdouh family were targeted because of their father. When Israel couldn't get Wa'il Dahdouh, they killed his wife and children and grandchild. And when that didn't shut him up, they killed his son. And then they say, "Oh, no, we don't target journalists." And he talks about the 85% of Gaza, saying that we asked them to leave, like it's something polite.
It's true that a large proportion, 85% of the population has been displaced. But why were they displaced? Because we asked them to leave areas of combat so they'd get out of harm's way. That has been documented.
And 20,000 Gazans have died. Over 20,000.
Well, those are Hamas's figures.
What, you asked them to leave and then you bombed the exit routes? You asked them to leave, then you ransacked their homes and filmed yourself doing it, laughing and gloating. And then finally, what does he do? He discredits the court.
But let's be clear, the court contains judges who don't come from countries with independent judiciaries, where you can expect the judge.
Then why are you a signatory to the convention if you do think the whole thing's a waste of time?
We are, and that's why we're there in the end. I'm just raising questions that become relevant when looking at the court. I'd ask you a question. There's a Lebanese judge on the panel. I mean, if he voted against the indictment, who knows what could happen to him in Lebanon? Yes, there's all sorts of considerations that need to be.
And not only the court, he discredits the whole UN as anti-Semitic, anti-Israel.
I just point, look, the whole UN system, as you know, and as the British government has said, there's institutional bias in the UN against Israel. Right?
Now, this anti-Semitic perpetual victimhood, when will it stop? When will they realize that this particular record is scuffed? It doesn't work anymore. As I said, if it wasn't so serious, this would be a comedy. And thank you.